5, 4, 3, 2.
Chris Tucker is an American stand-up comedian and actor. He became famous for his bright and eccentric roles, earned millions, but then unexpectedly, for everyone, he almost stopped acting. In this video, we will tell you about the reasons for this choice and its consequences. Chris Tucker. What happened to the Rush Hour star and how he spent his millions? Christopher Tucker was born on August 31st, 1971 in Atlanta, Georgia. His father, Norris, owned a cleaning company, and his mother, Mary Louise, was a church activist. She sang in the choir and introduced her children to religion. Aside from the youngest, Chris, there were 5 other children in the family. The family lived in Decatur, a suburb of Atlanta, and as a teenager, Tucker spent 2 hours on the road every day to get to his school. The future actor wasn't particularly brilliant at school, but he was involved in sports, boxing, and football. At the same time, he was not interested in a professional sports career. He was much more fascinated by comedy. Chris realized early on that his sense of humor was the best way to attract attention both at school and at home. And after watching the movie Stir Crazy with the famous American comedian Richard Pryor, he was inspired to repeat the success of his idol. The boy was also influenced by Eddie Murphy. By the way, Tucker brilliantly parodied Murphy and Michael Jackson to the delight of classmates and teachers. Tucker's debut as a stand-up comedian took place at the school graduation. The performance was a success, and soon the guy attracted full houses in the clubs of Atlanta. But the most famous stand-up venues were located in Los Angeles, and that's where Chris went in 1991. There, the accent of the guy who had never left his hometown caused ridicule. His first performance at an LA club was a disaster when the judges deemed him unfit for the stage. But Chris remained undeterred and went to an audition at another venue. This time, he was lucky. Chris had been performing in various comedy clubs for about a year until 1992 when he became a permanent member of the TV channel HBO Def Comedy Jam. This show introduced many African-American comedians to the public. Soon, Tucker appeared in an episode of the TV series Hangin' with Mr. Cooper and played a small role in the superhero comedy film The Meteor Man, but was not listed in the credits. Chris's full-fledged film debut was the 1994 youth comedy House Party 3, and in 1995, he played a bodyguard in the drama Panther about the fighters for the rights of African Americans in the United States. At the same time, the comedy Friday was released, where Tucker co-starred with the rapper Ice Cube. The role of drug dealer Smokey brought the comedian his first fame and a fee of $15,000. Chris was also nominated for an MTV Award in 3 categories: Best Breakthrough Performance, Best Comedic Performance, and Best On-Screen Duo.
Let me explain. We was talking over all our problems, right? And you know how we do it. We started getting high. We got
The film grossed $28 million and received mixed reviews from critics, but eventually acquired cult status. Even Quentin Tarantino included Friday in his 20 favorite movies. For his next work, the action movie Dead Presidents, Tucker received $25,000. He played a gang member hunting for the so-called dead presidents, i.e. cash. In the mid-90s, Chris was in great demand and played a supporting role in another comedy film, 00 Soul. But for unknown reasons, the movie was never released. In addition, the actor appeared in music videos of rap stars such as Dr. Dre and Tupac Shakur. Few people know that while shooting a video for the hit California Love, Tucker could have died. He nearly fell out and got hit by the truck as they were driving through the sand dunes. Fortunately, actor Michael Clark Duncan saved him. 1997 brought the actor a star role in Luc Besson's film The Fifth Element. Chris appeared on screen as radio host Ruby Road. The fans of the cult film adored his extravagant attire, fancy hairstyle, and eccentric behavior, but critics didn't appreciate the efforts of the rising comedy star and gave him a nomination for the Golden Raspberry Anti Award.
What was that? It was bad. It had nothing, no fire, no energy, no nothing. You know I have a show to run here, you know? And it must pop, pop, pop. So tomorrow from 5 to 7, will you please act like you have more than a 2-word vocabulary?
Chris Tucker was lucky to participate in Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown and in the comedy thriller Money Talks with a fee of $2 million.
How have you been? You're supposed to wash it, not take it for a joyride.
Man, where you been? I've been looking for you. I've been trying to find you.
What?
I've been riding around looking for you, man. Come here. I'm glad I found you, man. Get your hell on.
After the filming, the comedian joined the religious community of revived Christians, which soon greatly affected his career. Meanwhile, in 1997, Chris married a girl named Ozia Pryor. A year later, they had a son, Destin Christopher, and then the actor had another breakthrough in his career. He got a leading role in the comedy action Rush Hour with Jackie Chan as his co-star. Their duo won the hearts of viewers around the world and grossed $244 million at the box office. By the way, initially director of the movie Brett Ratner wanted to see a more famous African-American comedian in the role of chatty cop James Carter, Eddie Murphy, but they failed to reach an agreement with the star. In the film, Detective Carter constantly laughs at the simple-minded character of Jackie Chan.
I'm Detective Carter. Do you speak any English? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
However, in real life, it was the opposite. It was Chan who was making fun of introverted Tucker. Behind the scenes, he preferred to spend time in his trailer reading books, and he didn't talk much to anyone. But by the end of filming, the actors became good friends. This role finally secured Chris's celebrity status and brought a fee of $3 million. In addition, he signed a contract with the studio for 2 more new films. The deal was worth $45 million. The actor had every chance to consolidate his success by starring in other high-profile projects. But because of his religious beliefs, he refused to play the main roles in the 4th parts of Lethal Weapon and the sequels of Friday, which were released in 2000 and 2002. Despite the fact that the creators of the franchise were willing to pay the actors $10 to $12 million, Tucker said he was looking for deep and diverse roles, but he was not offered such. Nevertheless, according to the contract with the studio that released Rush Hour, Chris was supposed to star in 2 sequels. The first one was released in 2001, and the actor was paid $20 million for it.
I can't believe you lied to me, man.
I'm sorry.
You sorry? I got somebody's old chopstick stuck up my ass and all you gotta say to me is you sorry?
Interestingly enough, the footage of the main character running naked through the streets of Hong Kong is real, since the creators of the movie did not have the opportunity to block traffic. In another famous scene, Tucker's character couldn't stand a mediocre karaoke performance of a classic Michael Jackson's hit Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and went on stage himself. The actor perfectly imitated the Pop King's manner of performance and repeated his dance moves, which is why many viewers loved this moment. Funnily enough, after watching the film, Jackson called the actor and jokingly scolded him. The fact is that Chris performed Michael's trademark swing with the wrong foot, left instead of right. After that, the 2 celebrities became good friends. In the same year, Tucker starred in Jackson's You Rock My World video and sometimes visited the singer at his Neverland Ranch. In addition, a few years later, Chris testified in Michael's defense in court. In 2003, the actor divorced his wife, but kept spending a lot of time with his son. Destin attended a Christian school, and after graduating, he entered Morehouse College in Atlanta, where he studied filmmaking. Chris was enthusiastic about his son's choice and was happy to take him to social events. Now, the guy works in the film industry. After the divorce, Chris was suspected of having relationships with several women. Among them are Miss Columbia 2001 Vanessa Mendoza, producer Jalila Ashras, and actress Nia Long. The media also reported that Chris had been having an affair with singer India Arie for 13 years, but she debunked those rumors. The girl admitted that she went on a couple of dates with the comedian, but their relationship did not progress further. In 2005, the Georgia State Police arrested Tucker for speeding. He was driving his Bentley at 108 miles per hour and explained the violation by saying he was late for church. At the same time, the actor starred in Mariah Carey's music video Shake It Off and refused another opportunity to play in a big movie, namely in the crime comedy Pink Panther. In the mid-aughts, Tucker took part in the documentary project African American Lives, where he had a genealogical DNA test. It turned out that among his ancestors were Africans, Europeans, and Native Americans. While researching his ancestry, Chris found out that his mother's relatives lived in Cameroon and his father's family lived in Angola. Later, he visited both countries. In 2007, the 3rd part of the Rush Hour franchise was released, for which Chris earned $25 million. However, there were rumors in the media that the actor agreed to a smaller amount in exchange for control over the creative process. He wanted to take part in the editing of the film and give instructions to the director, but even if Tucker did not receive a reduced fee, it was compensated by the extra percentage of the box office, which made him one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood at that time.
Shut up! You!
Yes?
Not you, him! What's your name?
Me.
Yes, you!
I am me.
He's me, and I'm you.
And I'm about to whoop your old ass, man, because I'm sick of playing games. You, me, everybody's ass around here. Him?
In total, Chris earned at least $65 million on the film franchise. At the same time, it was announced that the actor would play Frank Sinatra's valet in a biographical tape about the famous singer, but the project never went anywhere. In 2008, Tucker expectedly supported Barack Obama in the US presidential election. They even met and talked about basketball, which completely charmed the actor. Chris is a huge sports fan. He can often be seen at basketball league matches where he supports the Atlanta Hawks club. The actor also played several times in the NBA All-Star games and also attended hockey and golf games. By the way, Obama is not the only president with whom the actor is acquainted. Earlier, he traveled to Africa with Bill Clinton. This experience helped Chris to open his eyes to many problems that people face: lack of clean water, lack of hospitals and schools, hunger, and much more. He considers the opportunity to see the world to be a blessing and is very grateful that his job allows him to do it. Tucker returned to the cinema screens only in 2012, starring in the comedy drama Silver Linings Playbook.
It's official, man. They didn't convert me to my mental hygiene law admission status within 2/3 of the maximum length of my felony sentence. So I'm out. They had to let me go.
Along with the rest of the cast, which included Jennifer Lawrence, Bradley Cooper, and Robert De Niro. He was nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award. At the same time, once one of the highest paid actors had huge money problems, he wasted his millions earned on the Rush Hour franchise, turned down profitable projects, and the financial advisor he hired only worsened the situation. The actor accumulated a lot of debts and overdue fines, and errors in the declarations led to the fact that Chris owed the IRS $11 million. In 2013, the actor paid about $950,000, but the amount of debt was only growing. By 2014, it was already $14 million. To pay off his taxes, Tucker had to sell almost all of his assets, and only after that, the debt was finally repaid. The property that was sold included his mansions. The house in Florida, which the actor purchased in 2007 for $6 million, was sold in 2012 for just $1.7 million. The 10,000 square foot estate had 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, a living room, a summer kitchen, and a private-style cinema room with a wooden deck, a ship's mast, and a sail. Due to financial problems, at some point, Chris found out that he couldn't afford to pay even for the maintenance of the house. Chris also sold 2 mansions in the Los Angeles suburb of Tarzana. The first one was purchased in 1996 for $1.1 million and went to the new owners for $2.1 million. The second one was bought in 2001 and sold in 2009 for $3 million. From the windows of the house, Tucker could admire a beautiful view of the San Fernando Valley, as well as the pools and fountain in the backyard. In 2015, the actor tried to fix his financial situation by signing a contract with the streaming service Netflix and releasing his stand-up called Chris Tucker Live. The performance was filmed in his hometown of Atlanta, and the comedian told about his life path, starting from childhood and ending with the peak of his fame. However, this project received mostly negative reviews. For example, Hollywood Reporter wrote that Tucker's stand-up was bragging, stretched to an excruciating length, and detached from reality. Around the same time, the media began to report on the engagement of the actor with the niece of the American broadcasting star Donnie Simpson, Sin Simpson. The girl also worked on the radio in Atlanta as an interviewer, and that's how she met Chris. The couple appeared together at social events, and the diamond on Sin's ring finger indicated an imminent wedding. But the couple never got to the aisle, soon breaking off the engagement. After breaking up with Simpson, Tucker appeared in public with actress Janine Chaney Brown. She also owns a marketing firm in Atlanta and a fitness studio where she trains. Whether Chris and Janine remain together now is unknown because the actor doesn't discuss his personal life. In 2016, Chris appeared in the military drama film Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. He got the role of a producer who plans to make a film about a squad of U.S. troops in Iraq.
Hey, this may not be a name that comes readily to mind to you guys, but hear me out. Hear me out.
All right.
Hilary Swank.
What was she?
She won an Oscar playing a guy in Boys Don't Cry. Well, she played a girl pretending to be
You know
a guy.
who she is. Who she is.
In 2019, the reputation of the actor was greatly damaged by his friendship with billionaire businessman Jeffrey Epstein, who was found guilty of seducing minors and other crimes. Although Tucker didn't comment on the situation in any way, trying to stay away from the scandal, the media became aware that he often communicated with Epstein and his close associate Ghislaine Maxwell. At that time, the actor announced plans to film Rush Hour 4 and said that work on the script has already begun. Talks about the production of the film were confirmed by Jackie Chan in 2022, but nothing is known about the future of this project yet. Being a friend of Michael Jackson, in 2021, the actor appeared in his brother Tito's music video for the song Love One Another.
Love one another, why don't we? Trust one another, why don't we?
Chris Tucker appears from time to time at various charity events. For example, in 2019, he was the host of the Cannes Film Festival's AIDS fundraiser night. The actor also created a foundation named after himself, which aims to promote the health and education of young people. As part of the activities of this organization, a celebrity golf tournament is held every year. All the funds raised go to important programs to support children's education in Atlanta, in particular, scholarships. Chris admitted that his mother inspired him to create the foundation, and she also helped him get involved in charity. Tucker has not left stand-up either. He is touring with his comedy shows in the USA. In addition, sometimes he acts as a host of social events, which brings additional income. For example, in 2013, the comedian hosted the BET Awards ceremony, which celebrates the achievements of African Americans in culture and sports. Now his net worth is estimated at $5 million. Some of it is his house in McDonough, Georgia, near Atlanta. The actor bought this mansion with an outdoor pool in 2000 for $139,000, and now the property is worth about $3 million. Before the problems with the IRS, Tucker's garage was filled with the most well-known and expensive cars. But after a big sale of property, he was only seen driving an Aston Martin Vanquish. Behind the wheel of this British car, the actor arrived on the red carpet of one of the film awards. After several years of silence, Chris returned to the big screens this year with the drama Air. It's about the origin of the Air Jordan shoe line. Tucker played Howard White, the vice president of the Nike Jordan brand and a friend of the famous basketball player. Interestingly enough, the director of the movie, Ben Affleck, included this character in the narrative at the personal request of Michael Jordan. Affleck, in turn, wanted to work with Chris for a long time. That's why he invited him to his project. Critics who watched Air gave it generally positive reviews. Do you think this movie could restart Chris Tucker's career?
I'm LAPD.
If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything interesting.